guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a dedicated video on a new makeup launch that was sent to me. So if you want to hear my first impression thoughts on the newest palette from Dede Signature, then just keep watching. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is KARENHARRIS. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on my channel. When I first got on YouTube, I had the hardest time finding makeup reviews from somebody with my skin tone. So I decided to take matters into my own hands and start up a YouTube channel. So if that sounds interesting to you, we just hit 10K on my channel. Highly recommend subscribing, turning on that bell so you're notified every time I post. And without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay, so just so you guys know, YouTube is not my full-time job. So I'm really trying to get these videos filmed for you guys in a timely manner. And these products launch officially this Friday. I'm hoping to have this video up as soon as possible, so I'm trying to keep it short and sweet, and hopefully you guys will get all the necessary information. But Dede Signature, which is a brand that reached out to me, I think sometime last year, sent me some wonderful products, and of course they sat on the shelf, and then finally I filmed like a video with it, and I realized how wonderful and beautifully pigmented their eyeshadows are. They also have beautiful lipsticks, and so I've been working with them for a while now, and I do have a code if you want to save money. I'll put it on the screen. You will save 10%, I believe, off of your purchase, which is nice. So just want to mention that to you, and all the products that I'm talking about in this video were gifted to me from the brand. So just want to get that out there. So they did send me their entire Skewer bundle. So this box everybody gets. It's not a PR box. I heard that straight from the owner's mouth. She's been doing like live videos and swatches and things like that. So this is what the box looks like, and then on the back here it has all the shades. She also gave you like a little how to make a fruit skewer, which if you're into, that's cool. Kind of gives me a little bit of like Glamlite vibes and a little bit of Colored Rain. When Colored Rain did the Juicy Boost palette, they had a pamphlet, I think, that said how to make juices and stuff like that. So here's what the inside of this box looks like. It's not very heavy or anything. Now this bundle, I did peek on their website before I started filming, is $70. So that is a little bit pricey. I mean, that's a lot of money even for me. Like, I know I spend like ridiculous amounts of money on makeup, but this is a $70 bundle, just so you guys know. It is magnetized and stuff like that. So I probably won't end up keeping this, to be honest, just because I am moving. So the last thing I need is more like heavy packaging like this. But I just wanted to let you know that she had mentioned that if you buy all 4 palettes, you will get it in this packaging. So here are all of the palettes that are included, or you can purchase them individually. I think individually they retail for $20.99 or something like that. I will put the price on the screen because I can't remember exactly. So on the back here it says the palettes weigh a net weight of 18 grams or 0.63 ounces. It also has their Instagram and Facebook handles, and then their website. It's got all the ingredients in each palette, cruelty-free, 18-month shelf life, and it's recyclables. I personally love like the vibe of this. I like the size of the palettes. I don't love the packaging, like the fruit skewers. That's really not my thing, but hey, I'm sort of a packaging girl. Like, packaging will definitely make me buy something, but it also won't stop me from using something. So just want to say, if you don't like realistic food themed makeup, then this might not be for you. But other than that, the palettes feel very well made. There's a nice mirror in each palette, and then there's 5 shades in each palette. Now, I did see a lot of people kind of say that there is a lot of wasted space, which I totally agree with, but this is a small brand, and I think it's pretty much a one-woman show. So I'm assuming that with more launches and as she gets used to producing makeup, she will make appropriate changes. But you know, it's still like very nice, and the packaging is nice, and it's not like flimsy. But I definitely think they could have made the packaging a little smaller, or maybe done 10 shades and done 2 palettes. I don't know. You know, maybe there's reasons behind this stuff. I don't know. I'm not a brand owner. I'm just letting you guys know how I feel about it. So that's that on that. So like I said, I don't have a ton of time. So ideally I would have loved to do a look with each palette, but I wasn't able to. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch each of the palettes with you guys, just so you can see the shades on my skin tone. And then I did film 2 looks. One with this particular palette, which is the Tropical Skewer. And then I filmed a look, the one I have on right now, with the Exotic Skewer and the Caramel Skewer. So I have used 3 of the 4 palettes, and I will show you all the swatches and show you the 2 looks, and then give you guys my first impression thoughts on the palettes. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off by swatching the Exotic Skewer palette. So I did use a majority of shades in this palette. You guys know anytime I see a green eyeshadow, I have to test it out. This shade, Chico, I believe is how you say it. Oh my gosh, beautiful corally duochrome shade. So I'm definitely gonna have to play with that at some point here. And it has like a very soft texture to it. Kind of reminds me of my It's Belle or my Adept shadows. So that's pretty cool. And then the last 2 shades in this palette. Ooh, that shade Kiwi is actually the shade on my lid today. So here is the Exotic Skewer. And the shade names are Honeydew, Peach, Moon Ball Grapes, Chico, Plum, and Kiwi. Holy smokes, that Kiwi shade went on like butter, which you know I love. Okay, so the next palette I used to create this eye look is the Caramel palette. I really only use the shade Avocado, but hey, you know, I want to let you guys know the shades I use. So there's a beautiful duochrome in this one. So it looks like every palette has at least 1 duochrome. I'll confirm that once I'm done swatching. These 4 shades make such a pretty color story, by the way. That one's picking up a little bit harder, but that's okay. I'm sure when you use a brush it'll be fine. And then the yellow looks a little lighter, but I got the grape shade to really pop on my inner corner, so I'm assuming the yellow will be buildable as well. Okay, and then there's 2 duochromes in this palette actually. So we have the shades Blueberry, Currant Apple, Avocado, Pineapple, Pomelo, and Passion Fruit. And that's the Caramel Skewer right here. So I swatched 2 palettes so far on one arm. And I think these 2 have my favorite color story, which is why I was drawn to swatching them first. And then we have the Tropical Skewer palette, which looks like this. This, in my opinion, is the most unique color story-wise, because I feel like it almost gives me like fall and like Halloween vibes. That's like the first thing I thought of when I saw this. So I'm going to swatch this on this arm. Ooh, that orange is so pigmented. I did use that in an eye look, so you'll see it. Okay, so this palette I don't think has any duochromes, just 2 shimmers. So black currant, we have elderberry, we have muskmelon, juniper berry, marshmallow, and tangerine. So that is the swatches of the Tropical Skewer palette. And then the last palette I have to swatch is the Juicy Skewer. So this is the one I haven't used at all, so I have no opinion of it other than just seeing the color story. And it's again another very interesting color story, and there is a duochrome in this palette. So let me see if I can get this right, because it's a little trickier for me to swatch on my left arm. So that's a really pretty duochrome shade. It's like a yellow to pink. So stunning. Oh my gosh, did I say there's only 5 shadows? There's 6 shadows. I feel like I said 5 shadows a bunch of times. I'm sorry. You guys, I am on the struggle bus with the last couple of days. I've just been so tired. We've had so many like things to go to and events and baby showers and friends in town, and it's just a lot. It's been a lot, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so this is the Juicy Skewer. Oh, that's such a fun color story. So we have red grapes, raspberry, strawberry, banana, apricot, and pomegranate. Such a cool color story. I cannot wait to play with that one either. I seriously like love the little color story she put together. They're so unique. Like I feel like for a small indie brand. So that's very, very exciting. I hope you guys enjoyed the swatches. Now let's get into how I created these two different eye looks. Okay, so I'm playing with the Tropical Skewer palette today. I would ideally love to have 4 looks with each of the palettes, but honestly, I don't know with my schedule, so I'm definitely filming at least the one. I'm gonna start off with putting the shade Muskmelon, which is this pretty orange shade, on the inner half of my crease. So I'm just gonna grab some shadow and blend. I really like how pigmented Dede Signature shadows are, which, you know, one would hope with the brand being produced by a woman of color, a black woman, that the colors are nice and pigmented, and I definitely think they are. So I'm just blending this into their inner half of my crease. Next, I'm grabbing another blending brush, and I'm going to go into this shade Elderberry. It's like a pretty blue, and I'm going to place that on the outer corner. Okay, those two shades blended really nicely. So now for the lid, I think I'm going to go into this shade called Tangerine. I'm going to try and spray it because the shade is just not packing the punch I was hoping it would, if I'm being honest with you guys. Okay, the finger application did go a little bit better, so I'm happy about that. Now I'm going to finish off the rest of my makeup, and I will be right back. Okay, so here is the finished look with the Tropical Skewers palette. I just used the Odin's Eye Sweet Peach lip stain because I love it so much. You guys know I love this formula. But here's the look with the palette. Let me know your favorite look in the video in the comment section. And now let's get into the next look. So I'm filming my second look with the Dede Signature Skewers palette. So I don't have a ton of time, so I can't film a look with every single palette. But I thought today that I would kind of focus on these two. So I have the Exotic and the Caramel Skewers. These are so pretty. And I thought I would do a green eye look because I love green eye looks. And the Caramel Skewer has a beautiful shade called Avocado that's just like begging to be in my crease. So I have a brush here, and I'm just going to dip my brush into that. And we're going to place that in the crease and see how this shade builds up. And I'm trying not to bring the shade in all the way into the inner corner because there's a shade called Moonball Grapes that I want to use as a pop in the inner corner. It's like a lime green shade, so we'll see. I usually struggle with neon type shades, so I'm gonna see if I can get it to pop on the inner corner. I'm just grabbing this BH brush and I'm gonna go into Moonball Grapes. I just want to see if I can even get it to show up on me. So that's actually showing up really nicely, and it's building up really nicely. I did prime my eyes with the Juvia's Place eyeshadow primer, and I do feel like that primer really helps matte stick to my lid. So far I'm really happy with how that turned out. Okay, so the skewers don't have like a brow bone shade or like a traditional brow bone shade, so I'm just going into my Wild Jaguar palette and grabbing that brow bone shade to put on my brow. I was gonna put Honeydew on the outer corner, but I think I'm gonna wait. And I'm gonna try the lid shade I picked out. So I'm gonna go in with the shade called Kiwi. It's like a beautiful shimmer green, my favorite kind of green. I think this is a duochrome. Now usually I would start a shimmer shade like this right in the inner corner, but since I want that moon grape shade to pop, I'm starting on the outer corner and just kind of blending that into the outer corner. And we're gonna keep it simple. And then I'm gonna grab some moon grapes again and just kind of create a nice little blend there. I really like this. It's kind of simple, but it's a little different for me. It's not like an inverted, is it called an inverted crease? Sometimes people start off with the darker shade on the inner corner. It's not really like that because I still did a light shade, but it's kind of different. And now I get to go to a breastfeeding for beginners class with my husband, so that'll be interesting because I'm sure this is a look for a breastfeeding class. But you know what? Ain't nobody got time to worry about what other people have to say about their makeup. So I'm going to do the rest of my face and I will be right back to show you guys the final look. Okay guys, so here is what the second eye look looks like completed. I do have some fun products on my face other than the Dede palettes. I will mention I am wearing the JACLYN Hill Loverboy blush. I've been really into that recently. I'm also wearing the Ofra Rodeo Drive highlighter. This is from a midi palette, Face It in medium, that they just sent me. So I've been enjoying that, and everything else in this look is going to be linked in the description box in case you guys are curious about what is on my face. Now, as far as the palettes go, I have not had any problems with the 3 palettes that I have tried so far. I just swatched the Juicy Skewer, so I haven't used this on my eyes yet. So I don't have too much opinion on this, but I'm very excited to try the shade Strawberry because it's a really pretty duochrome shade. It kind of gives me just a tinsy bit of Pat McGrath vibes. Obviously, I'm not going to say it's like a dupe to a Pat McGrath shadow. It definitely has that special shade potential. So I'm very excited to get that palette on my eyes. I will definitely mention in a description box in a future video when I'm wearing that palette because I definitely foresee myself doing that in the upcoming weeks. So very excited about that. So let's talk about the 3 I have tried so far. Like I mentioned when I was doing swatches, this one is definitely the most outside of my comfort zone. This is the Tropical Skewer palette, and I feel like this is the least special. Like, I love the color story of this, but it doesn't have any duochrome shades in it, which I'm like, you know. So if I was going to point you in the direction of, hey, get these palettes, I would say definitely go for one with the duochrome because you're still paying the same price. So I don't know, that's just my humble opinion. As far as like color stories, I mean, these are really cool color stories. This one is so pretty. Such a great color story. And I definitely want to do more eye looks with these. So I'm like in love with all the ones with the duochromes in them. And from the 2 looks I've done so far, I didn't have any problems with blending the mattes or anything like that. Now, I definitely want to also try this like blueberry shade because you guys know I love a good deepening up matte shade, but that is something I can do in the future and remind you guys in a video. I also love that they didn't do any like neutral mattes. Like, everything is a colorful matte and colorful shimmers, so I love that. You guys know I'm always complaining about when palettes have really fun metallic shades and then neutral shadows. I love seeing colorful mattes and colorful shimmers paired together, so I feel like Dede Signature did a really good job of that. Again, I just want to say for $20, I feel like that is a bit of a higher price point just because it is only 6 eyeshadows per palette, and you know, I always have to think of things like ColourPop, etc. But you are supporting a woman of color owned small indie brand, and I have a code. I know a few other friends of mine have codes. I know Katie Marie, Britt Clark, Heather, I think those are the only ones I can think of off the top of my head. We all have codes, so there's really no reason for you not to use a code. So definitely go ahead and do that and try out the brand. I really like their products so far, and I'm so glad that I was able to test these palettes out for you guys. So I will talk about them more in my August ranking video, so look forward to that. If you have any other questions, if I forgot to cover something, let me know down in the comments and I'll try and get you an answer. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. and I will see you in my next video tomorrow. Bye guys!